Hey team, welcome back to Coach's Corner. And Coach's Corner is where I answer questions from our YouTube community. I think it's really important to be able to connect with you guys. And when you ask me questions, I'm able to answer them in real time. And I think it's a fantastic way to do that. So I had a really awesome question around weight loss. And the question was, have you got any hacks for losing weight after the age of 50 if you don't like to exercise and do cardio and weights? And I actually have, all right? Now, what a lot of you guys don't or may not know is that I've actually lost over 20 kilos or 44 pounds, and I've kept that off for 16 years. In fact, losing weight for me has been a catalyst into health and fitness. It's completely changed my life, and it's helped me become disciplined in so many different ways. And when I first started off trying to lose weight, I was a yo-yo dieter all the way to 30. I was a fat child. I was so overweight. And I've managed to go through that cycle. I've tried keto and Weight Watchers and you name it, I've tried it. And one of the things that became true, because when you study weight loss for so long or study anything, you start to see trends through any kind of thing. And it doesn't matter what way you do it, there's always things that remain true. And when it comes to weight loss, regardless of hormones, regardless of menopause, regardless of metabolism, any of that thing, there's one thing remains true and one thing that we can control, and that is the food that we eat. I'm not even talking about the food quality. Yes, it makes a difference. Of course, you need to eat healthy, but oftentimes it's the quantity of food that you eat in relation to your output. Now, the hack that I want to talk to you about today is simply around portion sizes. And a lot of us have no idea how many calories are in the food that we eat. Nobody knows. And how would you? If you've never looked and never tracked and you don't understand food labels, how would you possibly know? And when I do nutrition workshops here at the fitness studio, I hand somebody an apple and say, how much does that weigh? And somebody will say 20 grams or, whatever it is in pounds or ounces. So 28 grams is an ounce, right? And somebody will say 30 grams, somebody will say 60, someone will say 80, someone will say 200. Nobody's got any clue whatsoever how much that apple weighs. Now, the thing of it is that apple is usually about 2 to 250 grams, and it's about 150 calories, right? Now, if you don't know that and you start to maybe track some calories and you use MyFitnessPal or something, you may track that apple as 30 grams, okay? But it's actually 180. That's a lot. It's a big discrepancy. So a 30-gram apple, let's just say for easy math, is 30 calories. But a 200-gram apple may be 150 calories, right? So you're logging 30, you're actually eating 150. And that's where the discrepancy comes from. People also have zero idea that that little dollop of peanut butter is 200 calories, or the little knob of butter or mayonnaise is 100 calories. And the biggest hack I have for you is that you need to start weighing out your food to understand what you currently eat. Because if you don't know, it's massive. I even get people that track their food at the gym and they still do it wrong because they'll only weigh a little bit of the food. They won't weigh it. So they're tracking everything wrong, because think of it this way. 100 grams of pasta has half the calories of 200 grams of pasta. Do you understand? So if you log 100, but you eat 200, you're eating twice the calories. And all you need to do is be 50 calories out per eating opportunity. So let's just say you eat 5 times, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 250 calories that you've misplaced or you've underestimated, that your body keeps a very good record of, by the way. It doesn't let up whatsoever. And you may track 1,800 calories, but you've actually eaten 2,050. It is a big difference, because 250 calories times 7, is 1,500 calories. And it's actually the same amount, more. It's a whole day's worth of eating for some of you that you've eaten extra just by not understanding. So I don't want you to become like a crazy person and weighing everything, but I want you to grab your meals and weigh them out. How many grams of pasta is that? How many calories is that? And you do it that way, and you figure out. Then over time, you're going to understand, that is maybe 2 portions. And I understand now what a meal looks like. And we use frozen meals like here with a company called Swole Foods, and their meals are categorized into 250 grams, 450 grams, 600 grams. And the thing of it is, The meals are the same. The calories are different because of the weight of the food. And it might sound super obvious. Yeah, of course, that makes total sense. Well, do it then. Because if you do not want to exercise, which is cool, and you want to lose weight, even if you are exercising, then weigh out the portions that you have. Because you literally have no idea. And it's okay, it's not your fault, you've never done it before. And it's a pain in the ass, I get it, it's a pain to do it. And then the questions will be, do I weigh cooked or do I weigh raw? It doesn't matter, just weigh it out. And you get to understand, because it'll all become relative. If you weigh all your food cooked and track that, then that's consistent. And if you weigh all your food raw, then that's fine, it's consistent as well. I like to do it raw, by the way, if you're gonna ask, right? But honestly, guys, that is the biggest hack for you, because we overeat so easily without even realizing. And you cannot, even if you punish yourself in the gym an hour a day, across the course of a week, you're nowhere near burning off the amount of calories that you eat. And I challenge you to find 5 of your favorite foods and weigh out the portion sizes and just add up the calories. Use Google, use MyFitnessPal, use ChatGPT if you want to, and you can get that in there, right? So losing weight really is about calories in versus calories out. And I'm gonna trigger a lot of people, and I get it, I don't mind. I've personally done it. I've lost 20 kilos, I've kept it over 16 years. The average person that comes into our facility loses on average 20 kilos. I teach calories, I teach portions. I think it's important. And people will say, like, well, you just can't eat anything, and it matters about food quality. And I agree with you, and I 100% agree with you. But the problem is, if I give you a clean diet to eat, the chances are you're not going to be able to stick with it for very long. But if you eat the diet you currently eat right now, but just weigh out the portions and understand how many calories you eat and make adjustments based on what you currently do, then you're more likely to stick to that, because the diet is familiar. And everything I've learned over the years of dieting and stuff is that the closer the diet is to the way you currently like to eat, the easier it is to stick to. Because let's face it, if you can eat that burger or that little bit of chocolate or that glass of wine and still be within your calories and still lose weight, then that is a good thing. It's a healthy thing. You're learning. And then over time, what will happen is you may then start to swap foods out, and you may go, look, I'm going to swap white bread for wholemeal bread. I'm going to swap white pasta for wholemeal pasta. I'm going to add in some vegetables on that next meal to add some fiber in. And you're going to use lower sugar drinks and whatever that is, but you will start to make little iterations as you go along. But the first thing is to make your diet familiar so you can stick to it, because if you can't stick to it at the beginning, there's no point in even starting. There's zero flex and zero proudness to lose 30 kilos in 6 weeks if you're going to all put it back on again, because the diet you follow is so hard to follow and unsustainable. There's no flex in that. The flex is being able to do it and keep it off for a long period of time. And I would argue, and I say this to people, raise your hands if you know somebody that has lost weight and kept it off for as long as me, 16 years. There's not many of us around, guys, because we all follow diets that are not stable. And when I first started dieting, I used to do keto and things, and I accidentally found calorie tracking. I don't know how or where I found it, but I started to do it. And every diet that I did, I would try keto, and I would try vegetarian, and I would try Weight Watchers, and I tracked the calories. I weighed it out, tracked the calories, and if my calories were the same, it doesn't matter if I ate keto, if I ate vegetarian, if I ate Weight Watchers, the calories were the same, my weight would stay the same. Intermittent fasting, exactly the same. And as soon as I started to change my calories up and down was when I started to understand, God, if I ate 2,500 calories now, my calories are going to be higher, therefore I'm going to put weight on. And that was the realization I came to, and that is why I want you guys to weigh out some food items. So that is my ultimate hack. Weigh out your food, understand the calories and portions that you eat, and you'll be absolutely fine. Now, that's my end of my rant. Let me know what you think. There's going to be some controversy. I know people don't always agree with my approach, and that's cool. We've all got our own ways of doing it, but that's the way I do it. And if I was going to give you the number one hack, it would be that. So at the end of my videos, you know that I always have a keyword to know that you guys are the ones that stuck around to watch this at the end, and your guys are my community, people I love to talk to, all right? So I guess got some items on my desk, and today's keyword is phone case. phone case. So if you are stuck around this long, comment phone case down below and let me know. It's actually quite funny. People go crazy in the comments, all right? But leave phone case down below. I know you've been there. And there are some free resources down below. There's a walk-in for weight loss. There's a strength training program down there. And you can also leave a voice memo for me if you want to, called SpeakPipe, and I will play the audio and I will answer the question like I am today. So that's it from me, team. Have a fantastic day. I'm going to leave another video in the top left-hand corner there. Go and watch that one. I'll see you soon.